Hello, I'm Pookie, and I'd like to talk to you about the abusability of YouTube's copyright system, specifically with regard to censorship in this episode. As some of you know, my What Happened to Star Wars Battlefront, an autopsy and review video was taken down by a claim from Lucasfilm last week. My What Happened to My Review video received a good bit of support, largely because some took it upon themselves to help draw attention to this incident. Thank you, Boogie, and thank you to everyone else who did stuff, but whose names I don't know. So I was reading through the comments on the video, and it's occurred to me many people don't have a clear picture of how YouTube copyright abuse and the various systems involved work. And since my What Happened to My Review video focused mainly on explaining why the video wasn't around and presenting as much information from the review as I could salvage, while also being made hastily under sleep deprivation, I didn't also elaborate clearly on YouTube content abuse types, etc. There have been attempts to communicate it, notably by fellow YouTubers Nostalgia Critic, Total Biscuit, and Jim Sterling, but it seems to me there's still a lot of misunderstanding about the details, so I figured perhaps it would be prudent to make a short series on the subject elaborating on exactly how it all works. I'm going to play 2 clips from Jimquisition episodes, then offer an addendum on what's being referenced.
They can essentially get free money simply because a robot told them they could have it. Uploaders can appeal these claims, but the claimant itself gets final say. And even if they do approve the appeal, they don't have to give any money back. Content ID can also result in videos being muted or outright blocked in certain countries, again without the target of the claim being able to do anything other than file an appeal to the claimant without so much as an arbitrator. It's an utterly broken system that has allowed for many abuses, chancer companies that seem to exist just to scam some dollars, and many instances of fair use being treated as copyright infringement without recourse for the YouTuber targeted. The latest victim is Team 4-Star, still fighting to get back its 2 million subscriber channel featuring hugely successful parody dubs of Dragon Ball Z. They are not the only channel to have suddenly found their entire livelihood and years of work taken away from them without a single notification. I Hate Everything was torn down in late January following spurious video takedown strikes from bitter little movie makers who wanted to censor negative reviews.
This is the YouTube dispute support page. What Jim is referring to is how YouTube does arbitration when someone files a content claim. When a claim is filed, YouTube deputizes the person making the claim to be judge, jury, and executioner over the dispute. If, for example, Jim were to make a response to this video and use an audio clip in the same manner I just did, and I filed a claim saying that clip was stolen and whatever video it appeared in was therefore my property, YouTube would respond by allowing me to run ads on his video, take revenue from his video, block ads on his video, censor it by blocking it in certain countries or in every country, and if he appealed and I said no, his channel would be moved to copyright violation account standing. It wouldn't matter that I borrowed clips from him first, or if in both cases it'd be protected under fair use, because I would have been deputized as judge, jury, and executioner over the dispute and over his channel at that point by the powers given to me as the claimant. The robot matched some data, so I'm suddenly copyright Judge Dredd. This is what happened to my Battlefront review. Lucasfilm used a copyright claim, which is kind of in the middle between Content ID match and full-on takedown. Among the powers the system grants the claimant is the ability to shut the video off in all countries, effectively censoring the video. This option doesn't automatically strike the person's account, but it will escalate and strike the person's account if the target appeals and the claimant rejects the appeal. If one of your videos is copyright claimed in this manner, you receive a copyright notice declaring the video as someone else's. You can appeal the claim, but all the appeal does is send a message to the person that filed it, politely asking them to consider letting the video go. They can simply say no, because as claimant, they have been deputized by YouTube to be judge, jury, and executioner over the dispute, and have the power to automatically move your account to copyright violation account standing and apply strikes against your account if they decide the video is theirs. In the case of my Battlefront review, it was claimed and blocked in all countries, censoring the video. If I want the review back on YouTube, all I can do is send a message to Lucasfilm politely asking them not to censor the review. Any reviews censored in this manner are solely under the purview of Lucasfilm regarding if the review is acceptable or not, and they can accept or reject the appeal entirely at their discretion. However, if Lucasfilm did decide my review of Battlefront was not an acceptable review of Battlefront for whatever reason, decided fully by their own discretion, my channel would then receive a copyright violation strike and be moved to negative copyright standing for this infraction, in addition to the censoring of the video. To an extent, you can attempt to get the video back after it's been full-on DMCA'd, but this is very risky, especially for smaller channels that may not have auxiliary websites or enough Patreon support to recoup the losses from. YouTube support is sketchy at best, and for smaller channels that are considered low priority, sorting things out can take a potentially indefinite span of time. For example, this is a part of a Let's Play I did of Fallout New Vegas in 2010. There was an incident in regard to the series being claimed by Bethesda, which I then emailed, and we got it sorted out, and the claim against my series was revoked. But one of them still has a copyright takedown on it because YouTube didn't fully recognize the revocation, even though it was 5 years ago. If you get too many strikes against your account is deleted, but even if you reach an optimal conclusion to the dispute where the DMCA takedown is happily dropped, there may be DMCA takedown consequences anyway because YouTube support is awful. It's one of the many reasons people don't want to escalate things into a potential DMCA takedown, because it's a dice roll with your channel even in the best case scenario. In fact, the system's securities are so sloppy, I might even be able to copy one of Jim's videos, upload it on my own channel, file against the original as stolen, and still walk away with monetization rights after blatantly stealing it. I wouldn't do such a thing, I've been a supporter of Jim's on Patreon for a while, but the point is, it shouldn't be entirely up to me as the claimant. What if I'm captured by body-snatching aliens tomorrow and they impersonate me and start stealing YouTube videos while I'm trapped in a cryostasis tank in some alien facility in the Congo? No one would know, because of how little information has to be revealed on the part of the claimant to do such a thing. The system will let the aliens win! I'll expand on video theft and support for smaller channels in the next episode. In this one, I wanted to communicate exactly how these systems work in regard to censorship and why such censorship is a pain for YouTubers, since the party doing the censoring is promoted to judge, jury, and executioner over the censorship case, with full rights to block the video in all countries under threat of channel strikes and deletion if you so much as ask politely for them to stop. Thank you for watching. Please consider supporting me on Patreon so I can try to protect my channel from alien invaders, and continue to provide these videos ad-free. And I'll see you next time. Later, YouTube.